The Migrants on the Margins project is a research program taking place in 4 different cities: Hargeisa, Somaliland, Harare, Zimbabwe, Colombo, Sri Lanka, and Dhaka, Bangladesh. Urbanization is a huge problem now for many cities throughout the world. The bulk of movement into cities tends to be in what we call these second-order cities. So not the capitals, not the mega cities, but the sort of second-order cities, cities of between 1 and 3 million people. And these are cities that very often are already quite stretched in terms of their own ability to provide services and pretty ill-equipped to deal with large numbers of sudden movements into the city. In all of the 4 cities that we're studying, there are settlements of people who have moved into the urban environment over the last few years, and we find in many cases that they're almost trapped or sort of stuck in place because they're not able to fully integrate into the cities, and yet they're also not able to return to their rural livelihood.
That's the reason why it's called Migrants on the Margins, because we're looking at the impact of migration and the impact on migrants themselves of moving into these parts of these cities.
These challenges of how cities adapt to and incorporate large numbers of people who are likely to remain there for the remainder of their lives is a major development challenge. It's an urban planning challenge.
So far the project is going very well. We've completed 3 initial stages of research, and the survey has just started in each of the 4 cities, and we're aiming to complete 500 household surveys in each city over the next month or so.
It's cutting edge in the sense that it is so comparative between 2 African, 2 Asian cities. It is really trying to work very closely with migrant communities.
We know that in most parts of the world, certainly most poorer countries of the world, there's a lot of policy concern about exactly these sorts of migrations. Some people attempt to stop them completely. They attempt to stop people moving from rural areas to urban areas because they're concerned about the impacts that they cause. In other cases, there's various attempts to manage those migrations. In some cases, even attempts to send people back or to move people forcibly around the city when they arrive. And this is internal migration that we're talking about. This is people moving, in some cases, from 20, 30 miles away from the city into the city.
We're really looking forward to engaging with the kind of public outreach aspects of the society to develop modules for schools, for secondary schools, to think about public exhibitions, to really take the findings of this research out into the public and make it much more than a kind of academic research project, which of course it is that as well, but the RGS backing really helps us to magnify the impact of what we're doing.